Not done yet. Not yet, at least. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I got a story I want to share with you guys that I just ran across that was inspiring, to say the least. I get a kick out of these type of stories, and it's my hope to be able to share this with you guys and make it entertaining for all of you. Before I begin, there's a couple of things. Sorry, the lisp. I know I just spit all over my lower lip right there. Before I begin, there's a couple of things that I want to mention real quick. In yesterday's video, I shared with you guys how After Prison Show was probably going to be coming to an end pretty soon, but I don't know exactly when that's going to be, how that's going to be, if even that's going to be. I could just be, well, who knows. But anyways, I want to thank so many of you, a lot of you, most all of you, who left just so many encouraging comments talking about how After Prison Show has been something that you guys have rocked with. And a lot of you guys have rocked with the channel for many years. It does truly mean a lot. I'm just trying to find my place in this world, especially with the fact that I've created the new YouTube channel, Joe Does Stuff, with me flipping houses and going in a million different directions. And also, you know, again, this year being 7 years that I've been released from prison. October of this year will actually correlate with that 7-year anniversary. I asked myself, can a person do prison YouTube forever? Forever, ever? I don't know. Oh, the spin bike is still available. I want to go get that today. Also, real quick, before I get up into this story, bear with me, y'all. I just took 3 hydroxycut gummies about 20 minutes ago, so I'm feeling quite zooted. Right now. It's supposed to help burn the fat, but that shit be getting you jacked. So I hope I'm not seeming too out of sorts while filming this. And also, before getting into this story, I do want to respond to one comment from yesterday's video. It was left by a person named Connie Semenuk. I thought it was... But Connie would make a comment that I responded to yesterday, and I just really want to expound upon that a little bit further. Connie would say, could you please go back and review last 15 or so posts? I'm thinking she's talking about the last 15 or so videos. Please note how many times you have patted yourself on the back or discussed your new acquisitions. Question mark. I don't know why there's a question mark there. Missed the old Joe. Connie, I don't need to go back the last 15 or so posts. It's probably been even more than that. Connie, I do respect your opinion, and I don't try to seem so ego-maniac-like. There's been speculation in the past of Joe's ego getting in the way. But anyways, you know, please note how many times you have patted yourself on the back or discussed your new acquisitions. Am I not supposed to be proud of myself? Am I not allowed to be proud of myself? Is there a better way to do it? Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to After Prison Show. Just want to say I'm proud of myself. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on. Connie, you know, what I do here with After Prison Show at this point in the game, and trust me, from the beginning of After Prison Show, things have changed. In the beginning, it was all about helping people on a case-by-case, one-on-one basis. And then I realized that that shit never really works. Too many ulterior motives and addictions get in the way of that shit. So then I transformed again, you know, into me just sharing stories for entertainment purposes, whether it's skits or however I present any type of stories that I'm sharing, personal stories, things like that. But all the while, I want to inspire and motivate others to be able to pat themselves on the back and acquire things that they want to acquire for themselves as well. Do you have goals, Connie? Aspirations, not Asperger's. You know, that's all it's about right there. I would respond to Connie's comment, though, and say, the old me is dead and gone. Yeah, it really is. But anyways, Connie, like I said, respect your opinion, and no. I will never stop patting myself on the back. We should all pat ourselves on the back. It's called a reach around. Anyways, with all of that being mentioned, folks, what do you say we do something that we love to do here and go ahead and I should have turned around with that. head first up into this video. Connie, you mentioned that the last 15 or so posts, I have been working out for about 5 weeks now. Have I told you how hard it is for me to put the seatbelt on in that brand new F-250 now? Literally, I can't reach around, ironically enough, to grab the seatbelt because my chest is so fucking big now. I literally got to go like this and then turn, grab that money and pull it around to latch the safety mechanism. Yeah, I do. Folks, I ran across this story on Facebook and it just screamed methamphetamine to me. And also a story that I'd like to be able to share with you guys. You may have seen or heard about this story, but if you haven't, let me go ahead and share this headline with you that reads, Darrin Dillon charged with stealing over 150 catalytic converters. Folks, when I read that headline, I think to myself, my God, that's a lot of catalytic converters and a lot of money as well. Catalytic converter theft seems to be on the rise. I don't know if that's any correlation with methamphetamine abuse or heroin or any kind of drug addiction, maybe being on the rise as well. It's almost like Bitcoin. That shit steadily be going up, though right now it's a little stagnant. But 150 catalytic converters on average, and I'm getting this information from a recent story I'm seeing in my local area. The story that I'm sharing with you took place in Minnesota, and we're going to get more into that in just a second. But on average, it seems to replace a catalytic converter is $1,000. So if you're stealing a catalytic converter, 150 of them, dog, you talking about $150,000. To put that into perspective for you, Connie, I'm buying my 4th flip house, and it's costing $150,000 as well. This man could have been flipping houses, and maybe it wasn't methamphetamine abuse. We've mentioned in the past with other catalytic converter stories, you know, what is the root cause? Ultimately, it would always seem like it's drug addiction, but maybe that's not the case for this Darrin Dillon type of dude, right? I don't remember what his name is already. Darrin Dillon, I think. Sounds like a wrestler or a football player. Yeah, that hydroxy cut, y'all. Woo! You know, maybe Darrin Dillinger was trying to get into real estate. It wasn't addiction. This man had aspirations and dreams and goals. Maybe he saw an After Prison Show video and said, you know what? I want to be able to do that too, but I can't. But what if I could though? All I need is a Sawzall and a 20-volt battery pack. And off to the races he went. Stealing 150 catalytic converters. Folks, that's 150 lives this man potentially ruined. Imagine waking up the next day going to start your car. You don't even want to go to work, but you're going nonetheless. And you walk out to that vehicle and start that Honda Civic, and all of a sudden that bitch sounds like a John Deere tractor. What the fuck? Oh no, no, they got me. This is a short story. We're gonna breeze through this thing real quick. This story is coming to us out of Minnesota. A 34-year-old Erhard man, don't know, I guess that's an area, has been charged in connection with over 150 catalytic converter thefts in Otter Tail County. Not the Otter Tail. Over the past year, Darrin Dillon was charged with 2 counts of felony theft on Wednesday and could serve up to 10 years in prison if convicted. Again, folks, there's a story taking place in my local area involving a flower shop where over the course of the last year, they've had 3 catalytic converters stolen off of vehicles for that business. And one speculation as to why these thefts are so high, outside of methamphetamine usage, is the fact that cutting off these catalytic converters is only a misdemeanor. There's new legislation, I believe. I heard something about they're trying to make these thefts now felonies. But dude, if you only gonna be getting a misdemeanor for doing this shit, there's no real risk to it. So what? So what? It's only a misdemeanor. But I don't know if it's the same case here in Minnesota, where this Darrin Dillon dude was charged with 2 counts of felony theft on Wednesday and could serve up to 10 years in prison if convicted. Hear that statement right there and think to yourself, how does the headline of the story say, dude stole 150 catalytic converters, but yet they're saying he was only charged with two felony counts and could serve up to 10 years in prison for that. The criminal complaint says an Otter Tail County Sheriff's deputy took a report of catalytic converter thefts from a business on February 23rd. The owner said the converters were stolen while the business was closed and named Dillon as a suspect. How did they know? Surveillance footage is Otter Tail County. Just a small little podunk community. Hey, that's Dillon right there. Son of a bitch, he hires a pair of giraffe nuts. That damn sure is Dillon crawling up underneath that church van, cutting off that catalytic converter. Church vans seem to be prime victims of the catalytic converter thefts as well. Interesting enough to note. And if you do cut the cat back off of a church van, I just got to let you know you's probably gonna burn in eternal damnation for that sin right there. You stole from Jesus. Oh, God. Try explaining that when you get to where you're going. Jesus, you got to understand. You got to understand, boy. Hey, you got to understand. I don't want to go downstairs. Him downstairs. As the investigation continued, officers learned Dillon had sold catalytic converters to a scrap dealer in Wolverton. The owner of the business said he had bought 2 to 3 catalytic converters a week from Dillon. Again, hear these words in this story and think to yourself. First of all, we got a deputy who is fresh on the case. This dude, Vic Mackey from Vic Mackey was a dirty cop in that TV show, The Shield. This dude done got him some real live action. He's no longer sitting behind the billboard sign trying to set up speed traps. This man got him a case to investigate. A crime is reported. Deputy Doogie Howser here to take the report. And you're telling me that it was Darrin Dillon who did this, huh? How do you know? Oh, you've got surveillance footage. Let me show you this police lineup right here. Do any of these guys look familiar? Yeah, that guy right there, he looks familiar. The guy with the catalytic converter in his hands? Yep, that's Darrin. You're right, that is him. So now he's got an eyewitness account, a police lineup match, like a Tinder match. So what does he do next? He goes to the most likely of places, to the scrapyard, where Billy Bob, working behind the counter there, is like, yeah, I know Darrin. He comes in here twice a week. I buy 2 or 3 catalytic converters from him a week. And you ain't ever think to report this, Billy Bob? The pieces to the puzzle are starting to come together. The case against Darrin Dillon, is that his name? Darrin? Is starting to come together. Now the business owner is implicated in this. You've been buying stolen catalytic converters from Darrin Dillon and you didn't report this? I could shut you down right now. Yeah, I'm a deputy, I could do that. But I tell you what, instead, you're gonna wear a wire. And when Darrin comes back in here to sell you another catalytic converter, you're gonna be like, abracadabra. And show as shit, that's what this story certainly sounds like, because it would continue and say. The business owner tipped off a deputy when Dillon came to sell catalytic converters, court documents say. The deputy was waiting right there in a trash can, approached Dillon, who estimated he had stolen upwards of 200 catalytic converters over the past several years. I'm not following with this. It seems like this was a sting operation. Freeze! We got you, Darrin. We got you. Put the catalytic converter. Put it down. Boom, 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 boom. I thought it was a gun. Darrin's still alive and well. But anyways, the story's not really making sense. It says that the deputy approached Dillon, and then it says, who estimated he had stolen upwards of 200 catalytic converters over the past several years. So, like, how does this even play out? Hey, excuse me, Darrin Dillon, I stole 200 catalytic converters. I stole 200, upwards of 200. Not really following the correlation right there. Maybe it was during interrogation. It almost reminds me of that movie, Something About Mary. 6-minute abs. When Ben Stiller's sitting in interrogation after getting caught at the rest stop that seems to be a hot spot, a haven for nefarious activity amongst men. Remember when Ben Stiller got caught with the bag of heads? Boom, boom, boom. How many times have you done this? Well, I mean, I've done it a lot of times. Maybe the deputy was playing good cop, bad cop. Got Darrin to admit to over 200. How many times have you done this? Well, a lot of times. The complaint says he even admitted, hear me out, folks, this deputy, he deserves to be a detective after this shit. Not only did he solve this case, he got this man to open up, to spill the beans, to share it all. Not only did he admit to stealing upwards of 200 catalytic converters, why does the headline of the story only say 150? First of all, not only Did he admit all of that? He also admitted. The complaint says he admitted to stealing from businesses and also said he cut off the catalytic converter from his girlfriend's car. Oh my God, Darrin. Boy, you ain't shit. I got to be honest, man. You ain't shit. You know damn well that girl coming back in talking about, Darrin, you hear my car out there? Yeah, that bitch sound like a Toro Zero turn. Why it sound like that? I hear it though. You might want to take it to the shop. It sounds like it needs an oil change. I don't know what's wrong with that shit. Darrin said, girl, you could get it too. You ain't nobody. You ain't special. Oh, man. I wonder if she's still with him. Darrin's probably locked up right now. He's facing 10 years, 2 felony charges. And, I wonder if she's still riding with him. You know, they say true love. If you let it go, or better yet, if you cut the catalytic converter off shorty car and she come back, that's how you know it's real. That's how you know it's real. According to the scrap dealer business records, Dillon sold them 155 catalytic converters and 69 car batteries. Man, he'll even steal the fucking battery out your car in 2021 and was paid over $54,000. Folks, that man needs to file taxes. He's an independent fucking contractor out here. Mobile mechanic. Ain't even making that. Damn, Dillon. They got you. They got you. Such a crazy case and a crazy story, and I just wanted to share this with you guys. I got no idea how this is going to play out. I'd surely love to hear the follow-up. How much time this guy ends up getting, probably not nowhere near the 10 years, though the story does have a catchy enough headline that could have a judge saying, ain't you that motherfucker that stole over 155 catalytic converters and the car batteries? Didn't you steal the catalytic converter off your girlfriend's car? That could come into play. I can't guarantee that it will, but it could. You let me know how much time you think this guy's gonna get. Let me know what you think about this story as well. And again, I hope this was a video you guys enjoyed. If it was, hey, please leave a like and a comment letting me know exactly what you thought about this. And as always, until next time, enjoy life, the free world. Never take hydroxycut. Never take a moment for granted and make the most of every day. Peace!
And you can say that I'm crazy, that you think